What's up, guys? Marshall here. I am basically your dad. Yes, you're seeing this right. I do have a black eye. Doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu. It's supposed to be the gentle art, but we work in close quarters, so that's not always the case. Got clipped. Totally an accident. Mama didn't raise no bitch. It's perfectly reasonable for a young man to have a black eye, right? Wrong. Been trying to operate in my local community, and it has been very difficult. It's been a little uncomfortable. Went to the grocery store. Mom pulls her kids close lest the reprobate abscond with them. I went to the bank and got some glares because obviously the refuse of the community has made his way into their institution. Lucky for me, liquor stores are still a safe harbor. Warms my heart. And today we'll be talking about fighting. I think fighting is good. It should be consensual when you engage in it, and if it's not, it should be justified. Why do I feel this way about violence? I think it's genetic. I am really, really British, really, really Irish, really, really Scottish. Cantankerous trio right there. I'm also 25% Ashkenazi Jew. What does that mean? Media class, lawyers, no. 18th century, under the Broughton rules, rough rule set. Who's the champion in Britain? Daniel Mendoza, Jewish man. I'm going to tell you a story my dad told me about his childhood. Friday nights, they do this all the time, very normal weekend for them. They go to the pool hall. You reserve the pool table, get next up by putting your coin on the table. My dad did that. He went and got a beer, turned around, guy, pool table, grabs his coin, puts it in his pocket. I don't even think he asked for the coin back. Just puts another coin down and goes, "Look, motherfucker, don't take that coin or else consequences." Obviously, because I'm telling you this story, I'm sure you can tell. The guy took the coin, they spill out of the bar. My dad's friends, the motherfucker's friends, they get into a brawl. They're not hitting each other when they're down, otherwise gentlemanly fighting. No one pulled a knife, no one pulled a gun. The proprietor of the pool hall did not have their property destroyed. No one got maimed. Police come, what happens? Does anybody go to jail? Does anybody even get cuffed? No, this is what happened. Take it somewhere else, punks. It didn't ruin their night, it didn't even end their night. They probably went to another bar after that, and depending on who was hanging out with, they might have gotten in another fight. I think the price of losing this is just making us softer and more litigious. We're eating the peeled grapes. I don't like it. The beer I've chosen for today, I've already drank it. I'm sorry, I'm bad. It's very good. I really liked it. This is Budweiser Freedom Reserve. It is a red lager. Why did I choose this video to discuss this beer? Because George Washington brewed it. He thought it up in his brain in the French and Indian War. He played around with it, he wrote it down in a journal, and then they brewed it. Most people don't realize this because they think anyone in the 18th century with a wig is smart. George Washington was a dummy. He was not very smart. He was a fighter. He had smart friends to handle all the statecraft, but he was the guy that made sure the British eventually got out, with a little help from the French. This is very good. It's a little strong for a dad beer. You want to stay like in the 5 ABV, 5%. 6 is the top, 6%. If you go any higher than that, it's not a dad beer. Dad's got to go to work in the morning. You can't be putting all that booze in his beer. I actually would pair this with a book that makes you very angry. I was reading Ann Coulter's new book, and I like Ann Coulter because I'm a conservative. She talks about politics and all the fuckery that goes on, so you get mad while you're reading it. And I was like, this is just such a good combination. Like, kept going to the fridge to get more. You're rolling your eyes because you don't like Ann Coulter. I feel like I'm just going to make an assumption. You don't like Ann Coulter. It's not because you said, yeah, well, I read all of her books and cross-referenced all of her footnotes, and she has some research issues. She's fraudulent. She made it all up. She said something that hurt your feelings and or made you self-reflective, and that caused you pain. So she's a mean lady. Sorry? Like, I'm sorry you go around feeling pain from words. I mean, that must be really difficult to be you. So, sorry. This beer, I've rated it at a 9.1. It's a very, very good beer. I really like it, but just a little too strong for a dad beer, like I said. Who would I fight in history? I went through some figures, and I got some stats on them. And someone who was about my size in my weight class was Julius Caesar. He fought and killed a ton of the Celtic tribes in the northern part of Western Europe. So if I went back in time and fought him, and I beat him, maybe there's a statue of me in France and Belgium. Who knows? I'm going to call out 2 companies that I don't like. Wild Blue Beer. I don't like you. I used to not have the no fruit in the beer rule, but eventually, I was a young man. I knew not what I did. It's about 8%, and I did not know that because my friend was just handing them to me. And I had already had a ton to drink, but I was just like, all right, I'm going to chill on some beers. I got the trifecta that night. I blacked out, I puked, and I pissed myself. So fuck you guys. Your company is a den of vipers, and I don't like you. Next, lifeofdad.com. I am the authority on dad culture. You should be consulting me. I don't get what you're trying to do. You have like people can sign up for dad blogs. That's not the way you do it. You proliferate information. Dads don't get the internet. If you're watching this now and you're not a dad, get this information in your dad's hands. He might not be computer literate. Lifeofdad.com. You have made an enemy for life. Honor thy father, mow thy lawn. Get into a consensual fight. Maybe in Washington State they have mutual combat laws. That would be ideal. All right, see you next time.